Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Wait With Me. The show will be starting in just a few moments. Welcome, welcome, welcome again. If you're watching this in replay, you can fast forward past this spot and get right into the show. But if you are listening to this in replay and you're new to Fireside, there's a couple of things you can do. You can hit any one of the three emojis across the bottom at any time you wish, and we will hear it and see it. So that's the clap, the laugh, or the party sound. If you wish to send some other emojis different than them, you can hit the spot on the far right corner, lower corner, that has the four emojis in it. You click on that, you'll see a whole bunch of emojis. And then you can choose an emoji and press send. But if you want to send a comment with your emoji, then all you have to do is type it in the text area and then press send. That's what you can do with that. Again, the show will start in approximately 2.5 minutes, and Jill will be here live, if you're watching this live, on video. So we're looking forward to that. And we're looking forward to seeing your bright faces, whether it's live or whether it's in the replay, even though we won't be watching it at the time. But that's the way it goes. But the show will be starting in just a few moments. Hello again. The show will be starting in just a few moments. The show is Wait With Me with Jill Cox Cordova right here on Fireside. If you are listening to this in replay, we also want to mention some of our other shows that you may enjoy. So not directly after this show, but at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, every Wednesday, you can catch both of us, and I'm Tony, Anthony Cordova, and then Jill Cox Cordova. You can catch both of us on I'm Right, I'm Right. Great show. You'll have a lot of fun there. So check that out when you get a chance. But the show will be starting any moment now, any moment, probably within the next 40 seconds or so. And we'll have Jill right with us live. I always look forward to her weighing herself live on video. It's great. It's the best part of the show. See you in a few, people. See you in a few.
Hello, hello, hello! It's Wednesday, and that means it's time for Wait With Me. And I'm your host, Jill Cox Cordova. Hello, hello, hello! Hello, hello, hello. Well, welcome everyone, if you're watching this in replay or whether you're here with me live. This week, I like to start my show, if you've never been here before, talking about my week. And I just realized, like moments ago, that I've become a social butterfly again. I remember back last October, I saw a picture of myself and it made me not want to come out at all. Well, in reality, I wasn't coming out at all before then anyway, because of COVID. But it made me really not want people to see me, because I was a bit embarrassed and shamed about my size and what I had allowed myself to become. But as I often talk on this show, weight loss or weight gain in this case, um, comes and stems from something, in my case, other than food. It stems from, how I'm feeling about myself, and I usually stress eat. So I had been stressed, especially during the pandemic and all the televised killings, as I call them, and all the other things that were going on in the world the last few years. So I stayed in my house. Not that being in your house is safe either, but that's where I felt the safest. So that I wouldn't have to even deal with looks, because often people don't say anything to me about my weight. It seems like only uh, older people will tell you that you've gained a lot of weight. But other than that, most people didn't say anything. But sometimes you could see it in their eyes, like, whoa, like looking at you for the first time. So I realized that since, I don't know, maybe since March, maybe February, my husband and I have been like going someplace like almost every weekend. So we went to Charlotte twice. We went to Charlotte twice. We went to New Orleans a couple weekends ago. We went to hear a friend lead and be part of a comedy showcase. This weekend, I have two literary events, one in person, one virtual. Um, and then in a couple of more weeks, we're going to Kentucky. So I've I've not even thought. I just realized moments ago, I've not even thought about hiding. So for me, that's a lot of progress. But that is thank you. But that is not what tonight's topic is about. So I will go to segment number one. This is the deal.
Well, before we do that, I just wanted to let you know that Daisy is in the
Hey
audience.
Daisy, hi. Glad you're here. Thank you for coming.
This is the deal. This is the deal.
Tonight's deal is about plateaus. If you've been watching my show this year, this whole year, 2023, I have pretty much had my weight around the same 3 and 4 numbers, between 144 and 147, 48 ish. And I know that my body has plateaued, and I was warned that sometimes when you lose a lot of weight, and in my case, I've lost roughly 20 pounds, give or take, depending on how much I've fluctuated either way. And I was warned that when your body loses that kind of weight, but you yourself, your structure isn't big, naturally, then it's really hard to get past your plateau. And that's really frustrating because you think you're moving in the right direction, and I am. I mean, I've lost roughly 20 pounds, and I've managed to roughly keep it off, but I'm tired of the numbers going up and down in this range. But recently, I had a call with my two sisters in law. It's something we do or try to do every 3 weeks. And they began the conversation by saying, "Hey, yeah, we know you're tired of being in the 140s, but girl, you lost 20 pounds. So stop negating that." So I know, so that really gave me encouragement, that, yeah, I did do that. But of course, I want to lose more. So I know that I have to trick my body. I have to do something different that my body has not adjusted to. So my body adjusted to what I was doing to lose the 20 pounds. Now I have to do something else, daggone it. So I haven't decided what that is. I know that either it's eating differently, or exercising more, or moving more. So I'm pretty happy with the fact that I've started eating clean, and that's become more of a habit. So I don't feel that I should change my eating habits that I've formed, but I do think that I could do a much better job of moving more consistently. It's not that I never exercise, although I'll be honest, this past week I didn't even think about exercising. So I did zilch movement. I was more focused on, because I've resumed my own creative writing practice, I was more focused on writing. And those of you in the audience, and Stefan, I see that you're here too. Thank you for coming. Know that my day job is to sit at my desk for 8 hours straight. And then, so I used to, up until last week, as soon as work was over, 4 o'clock, I would do some form of exercise. And that worked well for me. But this past week, instead of doing that, I was either focused on my own writing, or I was helping with some things that Tony and I need to do. But either way, I was still sitting and on my computer. So I know that I need to just not do that this coming week and now. Even though I still need to do those things, I still need to work on my writing. I'm scheduled to do a reading at the end of the month, and I haven't written anything new that this audience hasn't heard. So I need to create something new or revise something that they haven't heard. So I haven't done that. So I know that I have to still do that, but I need to do a better job of time management, where like today I worked an extra half hour because I was in the middle of something when my designated time to leave came up, and I didn't want to get out of it until it was finished. And it took me I thought it would take me another 5 minutes, but it took me another half hour. So there you go. And then it was time to get ready for this show. So I still haven't worked out, but I will. I know that that's what I have to do. I have a plan now, and that's what I'm going to do. And welcome, Lily, to the show. Thank you for coming. Okay, so I guess I'm kind of hyping you up to know that this week the results of my weight, and I weigh myself on this show every week, is not going to be good. I know it's not, because I know that the reason my eating habits were working was because I did include the workouts as well. Weight loss for me is 80% nutrition, but there's that 20% of movement, and I did zilch, nada, nothing in regard to movements. So last week, my I take my measurements just before the show. So I already know, based on the measurements, that the weight will probably go up too. So my waist is a 1/4 inch more than last week. My hips are the same, and my chest is a half inch more than last week. So based on that, I already know it's going to be more than last week. So the number that I would like to beat is 146.13, but I can almost guarantee, I haven't weighed myself. I don't weigh myself before the show. But I can almost guarantee it's going to be more. But as long as I know why, I feel like I can work with that. So let's see what damage I did this week, shall we? It's time for segment 2.
I can do it. I can do it. If I put my mind to it. If I put my mind to it, I can do it, do it, do it.
146. And we have an echo. 146 and 10 ounces. 146 and 10 ounces.
Uh-oh. All right. 140. Uh-oh. My pen's not working. Okay, 146.10. Oh, I lost myself. Am I still in the show?
You're still on my camera.
Okay, hang on. Let me get back in. There I am. Okay, so 146.10. And last week it was 146.13. So last week, thank you. Last week I just glossed. I also couldn't believe that I didn't gain last week. In fact, last week I lost a full pound, and I thought out loud, oh, you know what? I've been on this plan to increase my metabolism no matter what I put into my body, but I try to do everything in moderation. And so maybe that's why I lost last week. So this week, I'm not going to gloss over that I did absolutely no exercise. There was one day that I had chicken wings and sweet potato fries, and oh, it was so good. If you ever had Tony's cooking, you know what I'm talking about. So that was off. I mean, that's actually on my plan some days, but it wasn't supposed to be for that day. So I will acknowledge that the whole reason I lost 20 pounds was because I was doing a plan that's designed to rev up my metabolism and to trick my body into thinking that even when I put in um, the foods that are less healthy for me, let's say, because I don't want to think of food as good or bad. I want to think of it as fuel. And I don't do the exercises that I'm supposed to do, that I'm still managing to maintain or lose, as was the case last week. So I would just want to acknowledge that it's working. I have revved up my metabolism. Now, I'm still going to do what I said I was going to do at the top of the show, which is do something different to get out of this plateau, because tonight's weigh-in of 146.13 on April. So today is May 3rd. On April 5th, I weighed 146.15. So I've been in this, I'm still at this plateau, I feel like. So I still want to change that. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to focus on. But I'm really happy I didn't gain. Yay!
Can I chime in, Jill?
Yes.
Well, yeah, I'm so proud of you that you didn't gain and that your metabolism is changing. So you're not gaining weight when you don't do your exercise like you're supposed to. But I want to make a suggestion
Okay.
that if you need to change what you're doing as far as exercise, I suggest that we go bike riding together.
Mm-mm.
Come on.
Nope.
Come on.
Not
We
gonna
can
happen.
go bike riding together.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes, it's good
If
exercise.
any of you
It's
watch,
good cardiovascular exercise.
I agree with that. Yes. If any of you watch Ted Lasso, clap if you do, because if you don't, then this is not going to make any sense to you. Okay. Some people do. Okay. Well, there was a scene in a recent episode where one of the characters, who's always grouchy and cursing everybody out, they were in Amsterdam, and someone he was coaching wanted to he didn't believe that the windmills were real. So the person he was with wanted to show him windmills that you know that they're real, but they had to get there by bicycle, and he didn't know how to ride one, and so he was like, he got on a bike and he was like this. That's how I ride a bike now. I did know how to ride a bicycle when I was younger, but when I was in, I don't know, eighth grade, And the day before I was due to compete in the state speech tournament, I lived in a national park, and the we it took a there was a 4 mile stretch of road that was like this, like hills and curves and all of this. And my friends and I, well, they were older than me, but my friends and I were on our bicycles, and because that's what we did. You know, like, what else are you gonna do in a national park? And so we were going down this hill, and at the bottom of the hill, you had to turn, and there were boulders on one side, and for whatever reason, I didn't turn right, and I ran right into the boulder, and so my bicycle wheel was like this. It was like a Z. And I obviously fell off. I hit my mouth. My mouth. I look like well, my cheeks now probably make you think of a chipmunk, but my cheeks really did swell, and my lips did too. So I was all swollen, but I still made it to that state tournament the next day. I could barely talk, but I was there. But ever since then, I've been terrified to get back on the bicycle. And I know that saying, you never forget how to ride a bike, and you're supposed to, if you fall off a horse, you're supposed to get back on it, that kind of stuff. But I don't believe that's not me. That's not me. So Tony one time did get me to for one of our vacations it was a little island, and the best way to get around the island for all the beautiful scenery was by bicycle. So in the days that we were there, we rode a total of 18 miles. I did it because I love my husband, and I was willing to put myself out there and do something I would never do, and because I knew that he would enjoy it, and he still thinks that's his best vacation ever with me. That is my worst one with him. But I did get on the bike. But when people, if they were coming toward us on the bicycle, or if they were coming toward me, they got out of my way because they could see that I was riding like this. I never did fall off the bike, but and we still live in an area. It's not like that 4 mile stretch was where I grew up, but we still live in an area with hills, and I'm perfectly happy, sweetheart, to walk by because I walk fast. I can walk by the bicycle while you ride it.
No, that doesn't work for me.
I am not getting on a bike. Nope. Because as I always preach on this show, do exercise that's fun for you, that doesn't feel like exercise. That would be like a torture device for me if I did that. So, nope, I don't even like spin class. I don't like that. So, nope. Not doing it. Got any other suggestions? Hey, you could come with me on a walk.
Oh, I'm willing to do that.
Well, you did tell the audience that you were going to start doing that, and you haven't done that yet.
Neither have you.
Well, I would if you said the time that you said let's go walk. Audience, the time that he has recently said, "Hey, let's go walking." It was in the middle of my workday, where they would actually miss me if I weren't there, right? So no, I can't go in the middle of my workday walking. Can't go. It seems like somebody has a comment or something. Can you see it?
Oh, yes, we've have someone else that joined the show.
But look at the side where the comments are.
I'm in the comments. Lily said, congrats.
Thanks, Lily.
Said, congrats. Receive gain up to 10 pounds. And I was ecstatic. And she went to over 40 pounds, over 140 pounds.
Wow.
Okay.
I need to have you on so I can know how you did that. That's fantastic. Congratulations.
And she said that she's taller than you also. So cool. She said you have a pretty hairstyle.
Thank Thank you. I haven't let my hair down in a long time, but tonight I didn't want to mess with it, so
And,
it's doing what it does.
as she says, she also had a biking mishap
Oh, you
when she
did?
was about 5. But that's when people are riding and learning to ride their bike. That's and ended up in the ER. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
no. Does she say whether she got back on the bike ever again?
Well, the next comment is keep biking.
Oh.
Thank you, Lily.
Thank you, Lily. I appreciate that. Right now,
Oh yeah, and
I
we
don't.
have and I might pronounce the name wrong incorrectly, but Faraz
Okay,
is here.
wonderful.
Yes.
Welcome, welcome. Any other? Is that it? The other comment?
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's get to our segment where people can actually talk to me.
Okay, it's your turn to share.
All right. So, does anyone want to come talk to me and tell me how you're doing and what you're doing? I see that Daisy. Hi, Daisy. Uh-oh.
Hello, how are you?
Hello. How are you?
I'm
No, I'm
very
like
good.
knocking everything over.
Be careful. Congratulations on maintaining your weight and losing a little bit. That's great. And also,
Thank you.
congratulations
Thank you.
on getting back to writing. I'm so proud of
Oh,
you for
thank
getting
you.
back to writing.
Thank you. You
So,
and I still need to talk about writing.
yes, yes. And as far as doing workouts and stuff, I have not. I haven't this week. I had jury duty, and I just really couldn't come home and do any kind of exercise. So I understand how you feel about it. Just was all I could do to make it through the day. So we're gonna get back
So
on
wait,
that.
when you returned from your trip, you had jury duty?
Yes, yes.
Oh, wow.
But we got dismissed today, so I'm actually done. We
Oh,
were
well,
dismissed
good.
today.
Good.
So that's a good thing. So that means tomorrow I have no excuse. And I'm gonna try and get back to the yoga for real, for real. Yeah. And I told you I would
Well, if
update you.
go ahead.
I said I was gonna update you on how I did on my trip because I was gonna weigh myself on Sunday.
Yes.
And I am proud to report that I actually lost a little over 3 pounds.
That's fantastic. Wow.
And I'm
Wow.
getting
And if
am
and
I?
audience, if that is so hard to do, to lose weight when you're away from home. And so if you didn't see last week's show, Daisy talked to me about the things that she did um, to obviously get this outcome. So if you're wondering how she did it, go back and listen to what she said last week, because she had a lot of great ideas, and clearly it worked. Wow, that's impressive.
Well, thanks. And that was I think the first week was kind of a wash because we ate out like 3 times. 4 times I went out to restaurants total, but the first week was kind of a wash as far as we did eat out because my sister was going to be at home, and I didn't do so well the first week. So I probably could have lost more, but the first week I didn't do so well. But I'm happy with where I'm at. And I did hit a
Oh, that's
milestone.
fantastic,
So,
though, because
yeah.
that's what, 3 pounds in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's
3
that's
weeks.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you. So that's all I said, and just keep up the good work, and you'll get past that plateau. It'll happen. And like I said,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna get back to
try.
the yoga.
Since
So
you said you're getting back to yoga, I'm gonna try that again, because that I like yoga, number one, and that works for me. So I just need to get to resume doing that
yes,
as well.
so we're back on the bandwagon. We're back on the horse.
We are back. Yes, we are.
Yeah. I
Well,
mean, I
thank
did
you,
bring my yoga
Daisy.
paws. I brought my yoga paws with me, and I never did any yoga on my trip. But I did have the hills to walk in San Francisco, so that was, I think, the saving grace.
Yes, you do have hills there.
Yeah.
So that's
So all
good.
right.
Well,
So
thank you. That's
congratulations.
a great progress report.
Oh, thank you so much. And I'll be here next week.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's what I say too. Woohoo! To Daisy. Does anyone else want to say anything? Producer, am I missing anybody?
No, I don't believe you are. I
Oh.
think you're all caught up.
Okay. Well, let's move on to segment number 4.
Okay, it's your turn to share.
That's not this segment, but that's okay.
Let's do it again then.
I can do it. I can do it if I put my mind to it. If I put my mind to it, I can do it, do it, do it.
All right. This is the segment where I tell you what my goal was for the week, how I did, and I set a new goal. So my goal last week was to stop engaging in self-talk that was critical. So critical self-talk. And my goal was to speak to myself the way I would anyone else, the show the kindness and respect that I do to other people. So show it to myself. And so I did a pretty good job of that until I was thinking, like recently when we were in New Orleans, Tony interviewed this couple that was, well, the woman was high, and she misheard Tony. She misheard Tony when he was telling me that my mic was on when it shouldn't be. And she said, Tony said, "Damn it, Jill." So that's become the running joke in, in my family and anybody that was there. No matter what happens, "Damn it, Jill." So I realized, I thought actually yesterday when I was looking at what the Tonight Show was going to be, I thought, you know what? On the days that I gain weight, I'm going to incorporate a new segment called "Damn It, Jill." But I realized, I was engaging in critical self-talk. Like, how productive is that? So I mean, you all are laughing though, so I still might do it, but as a joke, not because I'm being hypercritical to myself. So I feel like I met that goal. My new goal for the week is still to do more movement to try to get out of this plateau that I'm in. So my new goal is to add in at least one day of yoga. Daisy and I were on a pact to do 3 days a week, but I feel like I have to ease myself into it. So do at least one day of yoga and at least two days of HIIT, high intensity interval training exercises. So I think I can do that. So that's my new goal. You're hearing music called Sunzauk International by G'day Production. And the segment music that we used is called Real Cool Sunglasses by That Core Beat. I'd like to take, and like now, Stefan has a show called The Conversation. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he's talking about the writer's strike. So that should be a very interesting conversation. In an hour, Tony and I will have I'm Right, I'm Right. And tonight we're talking about my joy, your joy. So when you're in a relationship, and what brings you joy is different for each of you. So we'll be talking about that. And next week I'll be here. I'll be back. And I'm talking about how some doctors are looking at a different number besides BMI to determine regard to weight. So we'll be talking about that a little bit. Thank you for being here. I always consider you my accountability partners, and I really, honestly, I couldn't be here without you. So thank you. And I want to thank Tony, my husband, my producer. Thank you, everybody. All right. Hope to see you next week or in an hour or in the next show with Stefan. So, bye. Have a good week.